Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Welcome to the Manifestation Queen podcast, your filter-free and uncensored source for all things manifestation. I'm Cassie MacKenzie, and I'm a manifestation expert. I'm here to raise your vibes and your cash flow. Listen, I've manifested everything from a beer, a six-figure salary, my husband, and homes, and more. And I am spilling everything I can on this podcast so you can learn how you can do the same. The more fun I have, the more manifestations appear, and the more money I make. So it's my obsession to show you how you can be, do, and have anything you want. So join the movement to raise your income and your impact on this world. Become a manifestation queen and create a life that feels like a vacation. Let's do the damn thing. Welcome back, everybody. I have a really special guest for you on the podcast today. So, fucking ball sacks. Why do I always forget what I'm going to say? I swear to gosh. Okay, let's try this again. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Makeover Your Mindset. Wait a minute, it hasn't been called that in forever. Do you see what goes on? Does this go on in your head too? Like, honestly. This is a sign that I have been overthinking things and using my brain and analyzing and bullshitting inside of my own brain way too much to the point that like you can't even find your own clarity. You start to get overwhelmed. You start to wonder what the hell is going on, and you start looking outside of yourself for all the signs, all the messages, all the things to show that you're on the right track when you were really on the right track the whole time, and maybe you just derailed yourself. So I'm telling you this. I'm letting you in on the uncensored view that is Cassie MacKenzie's life, right? So while I am a manifestation queen and I do have the Manifestation Queen podcast, I also have had the tendency to get in my own head about so much shit. And what I've noticed is this. I want to tell you guys specifically how to handle it when this happens to you, how to recognize it, because and give you like 3 major tips, all right? So, the 3 tips. Here you go. How to recognize it. You might start to feel like you are completely overwhelmed. Your creativity is totally stifled. You can't really piece together what is going on in your life or what the next step will be. Or you're noticing yourself worried about what you're going to do in 3 months, when actually what's working right now in this moment isn't actually quote unquote working that great, or else you wouldn't be worried about what's going to happen in 3 months. You see what I'm saying? So all of this overthinking tends to take you away from the one constant thing that you do have, which is this present moment. All right. So number 1, notice your triggers. When is this happening? Is it around certain events? Is it certain people? Is it at your job? Is it in your personal life? Is it with one of your parents? Is it just seeing a show on TV that reminds you of somebody you know and they piss you off so much that you're like, fuck, this is really bothering me, right? And then you start on this over-analyzing cycle. So just notice who you're around. Notice what has been happening, maybe what choices you've been making. Maybe it's after a night of drinking and you're like, holy shit, what just happened? I wake up today and I just can't even think straight, right? So here's the thing. The answers are always available to you, but you've got to be in touch with how you're feeling. You've got to get out of your head and you've got to get in touch with how you're feeling, okay? So then the next step would be do something to change your state. So there's no unresourceful people. There's just unresourceful states, okay? So for example, you as like if you're sitting there over analyzing things, your head is starting to hurt, you don't know what to do, you're obsessing, you're worried about making the wrong choice and failing, right? This is going to lead you into maybe feeling uneasy, feeling sad, starting to self-sabotage yourself, right? These sorts of behaviors are preventing what you want, what your actual desires that truly at the root of everything that you're obsessing about is your desires, right? So what do you think is going to happen there? Do you think that's going to allow you to achieve your desires? Probably fucking not, right? Because you're too busy obsessing. And when you're obsessing about stuff, you start taking away from the true core of the matter, which is how you're feeling. And you start to feel like shit. And feeling like shit is only going to make you a living, breathing shit magnet. And we don't want that to happen, okay? So let's get back to focusing you on what's feeling good. How can you feel good in this moment, this now, which is the only thing that we truly actually have, right? So do that, okay? Start to notice when you're getting triggered. Notice when you're starting and what you're starting to obsess about. But then also, when you do that, shift yourself into a more resourceful state. You might notice that taking a walk outside, maybe just simply sitting in nature. If it's raining, allow yourself to get rained on. Watch out if there's lightning. You don't want to be out in the middle of that, but go swimming if you can, get in a bath if you can. Just do whatever you can to shift your state, shift your physiology so that you are not just distracting yourself from feeling overwhelmed, but you're really shifting yourself in a whole new energetic vibration, which is going to attract to you the things you want, as well as the answers and the people and the circumstances that'll make you happy, right? Okay. And then my final tip for this is to open up and allow yourself to receive the guidance. When you recognize that you're in one of these kind of overwhelmed states where shit is just spewing out of your mind, out of your mouth, it's just turning into a tornado vortex of like unhappiness and bullshit, then what you're going to want to do is recognize this is happening, shift your state, and focus on opening up the channels to allow things to come to you. And ask yourself, how can I allow more of myself to come through? How can I allow more of my desires to come through? How can I start to truly get in alignment with what I actually want in my life? Because when you start to get in alignment with what you actually want in your life, you really start to feel better naturally. That's where the ease comes through. That's where things start flowing to you because you're focused on what's going to make you happy, not like in a selfish way that dicks over everybody around you, but really truly happy from like a heart and soul happiness space. It just starts to feel so easy. So with that being said, here we go, man. Here are my tips. And I just wanted to bring this to you as we're nearing that 100th episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast. This is going to be an undercurrent of everything. Like, you have got to be so in touch with yourself and your desires and your truth, your messages, your manifestations, your goals for your future. Prosperity lies ahead for you, right? It lies ahead for you. And you have to align to that though, right? You've got to align and allow yourself and every fiber of your being to let the fullness and the most you-iest you come out so that you can truly be a match for everything that you want. You can really, truly be, do, and have anything that you want. But the key word there is you. You focus on you. Focus on what you want, not what other people say about what you want, not about other people's judgments or thoughts about who are you to want this. And then you start believing that too, right? No, start to just focus on allowing yourself to desire and allowing yourself to truly get in touch with what you desire. It's something that it's very hard to do. It's simple to say and hard. It can be very hard to do. Deep breath, people. Deep breaths. Okay. So with that, if you like this episode, please come join us in the Manifestation Queens group. We are going to be having a party in about a week and a half for the 100th episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast. I am going to bring to you the 5 things I have learned about manifestation since doing this podcast, right? This is going to be so good, guys. So come join us in the Manifestation Queens. This is going to be happening on September 23rd. Prizes will be given out. I am so excited to be bringing this to you. It's going to be sunshine on your fucking rainy ass day. Even people in Seattle will be having fun and seeing sunshine on September the 23rd. Alrighty. Manifestation Queens on Facebook. You can find that link on the show notes of this episode. If you really love this episode, please go to the rate and review it on iTunes. I'd love you forever. You can take a screenshot and send it to me, and I will send you a little gift. And yeah, I love you. And I am so excited to be coming up with the 100th episode. Bye. Thanks a million for choosing to push play on another episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast. You truly amaze me. And if this episode blew your mind, then please leave a 5-star rating and a quick review on iTunes so more people like you can become Manifestation Queens too. See you next time.